Hi, this is Fred Julien. Today I will show you a Node-RED recipe when there is a need to have a customized dashboard playback of recordings stored in an ACS. So in this case, I do have an ACS and I have a couple of cameras, and these are all set to record continuously and no event, because I will there's no event recordings, as I will have events stored in a different database with a timestamp and the camera ID. So let's go to the minimize this window. So in Node-RED, the dashboard can be very flexible and very custom made depending on the use case and everything. So as a starting point, I can just click here and get an OK, and seeing that this is an inventory pulled from the camera station. So these are the cameras that is currently installed in ACS. And one of the views would be looking into the recordings. And you go here, ACS Recordings, and I click refresh. So this lists all the recordings in ACS, but as you see here, all of them are continuous recording. But I can still play them. So this is when the continuous recording either started or restarted. So we can take a camera, let's say this one at 8 today, and I open this dialog and I'm playing back, pulling down a couple of seconds from ACS and playing this recording, getting that recording from ACS into the Node-RED dashboard. So that is one way to do. You can have filters and whatever that users can search, and clicking on a recording and you get that played in the dashboard. So the Node-RED knows the credentials to ACS in order to get the recordings, but the user sitting behind the dashboard does not have it. And I can set credentials in the Node-RED to say who's allowed to go in here. And you don't have to expose all cameras. It can be selected cameras or selected recordings from specific selected cameras and specific dates or specific events. So another view is I have another database that is just collecting events from, in this case, it's motion detection, and I don't see. And now I have other events, which is the presence detection. And these are just being logged into a database, and when I click refresh, querying that database and just displaying what's in the database. But now I can go in here and take a look. I can just go in here, and this is a different way to play back. You don't have to have that pop-up window. So this view plays the whole duration, because these are stateful events with a duration. And I can export that recording by clicking here, or just going into the next, and just goes through the list. So if I start in the middle and just click next, next, next. So this is the presence here is due to a false detection that I'm not set up. It's detecting faces somewhere, so I need to fill that out. But we can go into just on the motion, which is more, so we can see that person coming in here, and here's a person coming in. So these are all based, this takes the next on the timestamp. Or you can have playback in a Node-RED dashboard triggering by something that the playback will automatically start, that users do not have to interact with the dashboard. There may be an incident, something that triggered, and just to highlight that this happened to someone that can view the dashboard, where they don't need to install. But So cases where you're having the need for staff to be able to view selected recordings from selected cameras, but with an customized, simplified dashboard where the users can use an iPad or a computer or his mobile phone to view these recordings without exposing the ACS and not needing to use the ACS client. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening.